Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a later edition of the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Tuesday, July the 5th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as in the Area 51 Sports Network. We did two podcasts this week recapping, getting it set for the off season, reacting to the Brock Besser draft. Or the Brock Besser draft, sorry, the Brock Besser signing for the Vancouver Canucks and Brock Besser extension, and other news as went on the NHL. Very lengthy podcast, lots going on. Check that out. That was on from Sunday, and then yesterday, Derek Neumeyer joined Sean and I to preview you for the NHL draft, as that is coming up here on Thursday, the first round. So that is exciting as well. Lots of questions about who the first pick will be, who should the Vancouver Canucks be looking at, who should the Calgary Flames be looking at, as they have three picks, and who might sneak up the board and drop down that board. So we've got that also on the WHL on Area 51. Lots of draft previews going on there. I wrote one about Matt at the Winnipeg Ice. Most of the teams have been covered, so check that out as well. But let's get to the news of the day. There's quite a bit of going on, and let's start from San Jose, as this was reported last night by Kevin Weeks and confirmed in today. Mike Grier is the new San Jose Sharks general manager. He is, of course, he was a hockey operations advisor for the New York Rangers. 14 seasons in the National Hockey League, and the first black general manager in NHL history. He's 47, replacing, of course, Doug Wilson, of course, who stepped down on April 7th. And, of course, the Grier is a former San Jose Shark himself. He played from 2006 to 2009. As far as finding a head coach, no timetable. Bob Boughner was fired July 1st, of course. And then, of course, the draft Thursday being the priority. Sharks, of course, missing the playoffs the last three seasons. Grier says they do not need a rebuild. Here he says we're not looking to rebuild. There are a lot of R words that you can use for us. There might be a few bumps on the road ahead, and we might have to step back a little bit to go forward. But we're going to try to get better and make the roster better. So we'll see what's going on in San Jose, but congratulations to Mike Grier, as he was named general manager of the San Jose Sharks. It was a historic day today, too. So let's start there. Then let's go to Toronto. Dr.Haley Wickenheiser was named the Toronto assistant general manager, promoted to the assistant general manager. It's of course, four-time women's hockey gold medalist, 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014. Will work under Kyle Dubas. She was part of the assistant director of player personnel development, August 2018, promoted to senior director of player development, May 2021. And, of course, she's the fourth woman to be named an assistant in GM in NHL history. She worked with Toronto prospects on all levels, focused on Western Canada while completing her education at the University of Calgary's Cummings School of Medicine in 2021. She was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2019. She has retired from hockey in 2017 to becoming an emergency room doctor, hence Dr. Haley Wickenheiser. So that is the big news there. Congratulations to Haley Wickenheiser. Now, there were other moves by the Toronto Maple Leafs in terms of the front office today as well. And other than Haley Wickenheiser, they also moved some other people around in that front office as well. We have Curtis Sanford, former coach with the goaltending coach with the Abbotsford Canucks, will join the Maple Leafs as their goaltending coach. By the way, Steve Grier is joining the Seattle Kraken as coach, goaltending coach as well there. And we have as well a couple of other notes here. Daryl Metcalf and Ryan Hardy are also assistant general managers. Hardy will serve as assistant general manager of minor league operations. He was the senior director of department after 3 years as GM with the USHL Chicago Steel. He voted GM of the year in the last 3 seasons in Chicago, a very successful AHL organization. Metcalf was promoted to AGM of Toronto's Hockey Research and Development. 9th season with the Leafs. He's been a special assistant to Dubas since 2018. Lawrence Gilman will be governor and senior vice president of the American Hockey League's Toronto Marlies. So movement in the Toronto Maple Leafs organization today. And then, of course, one more. Jessica Campbell was hired by the Coachella Valley Firebirds as assistant coach. She will be the first woman to coach behind the bench in the AHL. Very exciting news for her. She gets this news. She's a former captain at the Cornell University. She'll join Seattle's development camp July 11 to 14 to work with prospects drafted or signed as free agents in the past 2 seasons. So exciting news for her. Historic day in hockey. Mike Grier getting promoted, good general manager. Jessica Campbell behind the bench as a head coach. Congratulations. And Haley Wickenheiser getting promoted. So good day for hockey in terms of the front office there. Those were the bigger news today. As far as some other news going around, Andrew Cogliano signed a 1-year contract with the the Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche, as of course avoiding unrestricted free agency. 4 goals, 12 assists in 74 regular season games with the Avalanche and the San Jose Sharks. 3 goals, 3 assists in 16 playoff games, and of course played 207 of shorthanded ice time. So Andrew Cogliano coming back. Casey DeSmith is coming back to the Pittsburgh Penguins in a contract. He was signed a 2-year contract today with the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's a $3.6 million contract. He was scheduled to go to UFA on the 13th. 30 years old, 11-6-5 with a 2.79 goals against average, 914 save percentage, and 3 shutouts in 26 games for the Penguins. 52 saves. Highlight in a 4-0 win against the Bruins on April 21st. That's the most in a shutout in Penguins history. So that is 2 signings. As far as other things going on, still waiting to hear, of course, nothing new on Johnny Gaudreau. Nothing new on JT Miller. Sounds like the Avalanche are intending to keep Darcy Kemper and Valerie Nichushkin. The Philadelphia Flyers, according to 32 Thoughts, were acquiring and serious about making a trade for Alex DeBrincat. That looks like that has fallen through. Might New Jersey be in on that? Frank Saravalli yesterday on Canucks Central suggested that JT Miller, New Jersey could be in on JT Miller. Still sounds like the Rangers and Washington are the favorites there. So we're still in a little bit of a waiting game on a lot of other things. Of course, Claude Giroux and Edmonton are being linked as unrestricted free agency happens on July 13th. We'll be having previews for both the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. Sunday will be the Canucks. Monday will be the Flames. So watch out for those as well. WHL news. And by the way, the preseason schedule for the NHL has come out, and particularly in Calgary, it's fascinating because the WHL schedule came out today as well. And it sounds like the Flames, the AHL team, and the Hitmen are going to be sharing the Saddledome ice. So that will be interesting how that will work out. We've been speculating a little bit about where Calgary, one of those teams will, if all 3, where everyone would play. Of course, the Flames playing at the Saddledome. Of course, Stockton moving to Calgary, the AHL team will be there, and then where the Hitmen would be playing. But right now, it looks like all 3 teams will be playing on the Saddledome ice. That will be fascinating to watch there as well. The Moose Jaw Warriors rebranded today. If you've seen their logo on Twitter, check it out. It's a fantastic new look for the Moose Jaw Warriors, getting rave reviews. That look, they didn't unveil a jersey. They just unveiled the logo, I think. I don't think we saw a jersey. If you found one, let me know. And tweet that out to me at KEVU. I'll leave it. And the WHL schedule is out as well. One thing to note, Winnipeg Ices has a pretty lengthy road trip to start the year, 13 games, lots of other games there. So as we're in the summer season, the hot weather is here. We're still preparing for hockey that's coming up starting in September. So that is the news for today. We will do our news pack tomorrow. I have one day ahead of draft. We'll see what's going on. We'll be back in the afternoon as we did the Out of Left Field podcast, episode 2 of that podcast. So check that out. Cap Space Andy and I did that. Jonathan Hodgson couldn't join us. He had some technical issues in the hotel. But that is also on there. Of course, you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Sean is Beardy Canuck 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Devin Gordhava09. He's enjoying his time in Berlin. We hope to have him back soon. Christian Schneidz, SCHNEIDZ. I am KEVOLE. Shifts and Pucks on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.